Beneath the waves, in the uncharted abyss where no light dares to reach, something ancient stirs. Legends tell of a serpent so vast it encircles the very world, a beast known as Jormungandr. Born of Norse myth yet whispered about in unexplained sightings, the Midgard serpent is said to slumber beneath the depths, waiting for the day it will rise again. But could this be more than mere legend? Could such a leviathan truly exist, hidden in the abyssal trenches where few have ventured? What if the stories were not just myth, but echoes of something far more real? In the shadowed waters of Hokkaido, where the sea churns with forgotten myths, something lurks beneath the surface, a colossal being feared for centuries. The Ainu people speak of a leviathan unlike any other. With a body the color of fresh blood and eyes that burn like twin suns, it moves with silent purpose beneath the waves. Known as Akkorokamui, this crimson giant is more than just a beast. It is a force of nature, a guardian of the deep, and a nightmare to those who dare enter its domain. But is it merely legend, or does something vast and unfathomable still dwell in these waters, waiting to rise? In the shadowed heart of Java's rainforests, where the canopy looms like an ancient fortress, something stirs. A presence, watchful, unseen, but never absent. The native legends whisper of a monstrous hunter that commands the night. Its wings stretch wider than the mightiest eagle, its eyes burn like embers in the dark, and its cry, a blood-curdling echo that chills the soul. The Ahol, a name spoken in hushed tones, a specter that reigns above the jungle floor. Is it myth? Or is it the last remnant of an ancient predator, still ruling the skies? In the heart of South Africa's Richtersveld, where the land is scorched and the winds whisper secrets, a cavern yawns into the abyss, a place where light dares not enter. Within its eternal darkness, something stirs. An ancient being, a titan from the dawn of time, a creature said to possess intelligence beyond human comprehension. The Grutslang. Part serpent, part elephant, an aberration from creation itself, it is said to hoard treasure deep within its lair, luring the foolish with promises of untold riches, only for them to vanish forever. But is this merely legend? Or does something immense and cunning still prowl in the void, waiting for its next victim? In the heart of the frozen north, where the wind howls like a mourning spirit and the trees stretch like skeletal fingers, an ancient horror prowls. It is whispered of in hushed tones by those who dare speak its name, a cursed entity of endless hunger, doomed to wander the icy forests in search of prey. The Algonquin tribes call it Wendigo, a being of gluttony, a predator of souls. Towering, gaunt, and unnatural, its hollow eyes glow with an insatiable craving, its twisted form forever trapped in an eternal famine. But is it mere legend, or does something truly inhuman stalk the snowbound wilderness? In the depths of the Amazon rainforest, where light barely pierces the emerald canopy and ancient trees whisper forgotten secrets, something monstrous is said to roam. The tribes speak of a demon, one with an all-consuming mouth on its stomach, a single, unblinking eye, and skin so tough that no blade can pierce it. The Mapinguari, a relic of an age-long past or a nightmare born from the jungle's darkest shadows. Hunters vanish without a trace, their final screams lost beneath the rainforest's ceaseless symphony. Could there be something lurking beyond the known, something waiting in the depths of the green abyss? Deep within the still waters of Australia's shadowed wetlands, something watches, unseen but ever-present. The Aboriginal elders speak of a creature older than time, a being whose cries pierce the silence of the outback and whose form is as elusive as the mist that lingers over the billabongs. The bunyip, neither spirit nor beast, yet feared as both. Is it a forgotten predator lurking beneath the reeds, or something far stranger, an echo of an ancient world that refuses to fade? In the shadowed wetlands of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, where the reeds whisper with ancient secrets and the swamps breathe like living beasts, something stirs beneath the murky waters. A presence unseen, yet felt, a legend spoken in hushed tones among the Mishmi people. They call it Buru. A monstrous, reptilian specter, lurking in the waters for centuries, emerging only when the mist hangs thick and the jungle falls silent. Some say it is a relic of prehistory, a survivor from an age long forgotten. Others believe it is something else entirely, something far older, far more elusive. But the question remains, does the Buru still haunt the depths, or has it simply learned to remain unseen? In the heart of Africa, where the golden grasslands stretch endlessly beneath the sun, an ancient shadow still lingers. The people of Cameroon speak in hushed voices of a beast unlike any other, a creature armored in thick hide, its body built like a fortress of muscle, crowned with a tangle of jagged horns. They call it the Ngubu. To the villagers, it is no myth, but a living, breathing entity that roams the remote plains, clashing with elephants and vanishing without a trace into the wilderness. Could such a colossal creature be a relic from a forgotten age? A prehistoric guardian hidden in time's embrace? Or is it something else, something never recorded in the annals of history, watching, waiting? Beyond the frozen edges of the world, where the Arctic winds howl and the snowdrifts rise like silent mountains, a predator waits in the darkness. It moves like a shadow, a wolf too large for this world, its luminous eyes cutting through the endless white. The Inuit speak of it in hushed whispers, warning those who stray too far into the night. For the Amarok does not run in a pack, nor does it fear the cold. It is the cold. A force of nature, a specter of the hunt. To see it is to be marked for death. To hear it is to know the chase has already begun. Before the first sunrise, before the stars claimed the heavens, there were 7 moons. They bathed the world in silver light, floating in endless harmony. But from the abyssal depths of the ocean, something stirred, something ancient, something hungry. A serpent vast as the sky itself, with eyes like burning eclipses and a maw that could swallow the night. The people called it Bakunua, the moon eater. And one by one, the moons began to disappear. In the silent waters of South America's hidden marshlands, where the mist clings to the reeds like ghostly fingers, something stirs beneath the surface. A creature neither fully of the land nor entirely of the water, an entity whispered about in hushed, fearful tones. The Mapuche people speak of a being with the body of a deformed calf, the webbed claws of an amphibian, and a gaze that turns the strongest hearts to stone. It moves unseen, emerging only when the moon casts its pale reflection on the stagnant pools. It is Wallapen, an ancient, cryptic terror lurking in the shadows of the marsh. But is it merely a legend, or do the wetlands conceal a nightmare yet undiscovered? Across the misty floodplains of Central Africa, where the rivers carve through dense, uncharted wilderness, whispers of an ancient predator still haunt the land. A creature of legend, one spoken of in hushed tones by the native tribes. They call it Kongamato, the overturner of boats. It is said to glide through the dusk on leathery wings, its crimson eyes burning like embers in the night. Those who have seen it never speak of it again, their expressions frozen in terror. Is it a myth, or does something primordial still rule the skies, a living fossil untouched by time? Tonight, we follow the shadows, deep into the unknown, where the past and present blur into a single, terrifying reality. A creature so vile, so wretched, that even the ocean recoils in fear. Stripped of skin, bathed in plague, the Naklavi is more than a monster, it is death incarnate. With eyes that burn like molten ruin and a body fused in grotesque torment, it rides from the abyss, leaving behind only rot and ruin. Beware the whispers of the tide, for when the mist thickens and the wind howls, the skinless nightmare returns.